All right, what is up guys? JaretCampisi with the good buddy, Manny from Moto Million. Welcome back to the channel. Today we're back in the Moto Million studio and we're back to work on our Panigale. And we're gonna be cleaning up the front end of this bad boy. And I can't frickin' wait. Don't forget, this is the next giveaway motorcycle. Patreon.com/CampPZ Customs. It's always the first link in the description below. Let's get this video started. All right, so Manny's gonna be our unboxer today. Since Christina's at the beach, she's getting a little break. Some R&R, which is much needed. So in the past, we've done a lot of the Rizoma winglet mirrors on these bikes, and so I wanted to do something to switch it up. This is kind of like the OG setup right here. So it's the NRC mirror block-off integrated turn signals, and then we're gonna run the CRG bar end mirrors. So this is kind of cleaning up the whole front end, and we even have caliper spacers. You wanna pop those open and see what they look like. So the reason why I actually think this is my favorite setup is because it just looks the cleanest. So those right there are gonna replace the mirrors. Look at that. Those big ass mirrors are gonna be gone. And the cool thing about these, the Aero, is if you wanna run only one, you can. I personally end up just running none, but that's me. I don't recommend people doing that. But they're easy to take on and off, you'll see once we get there. But these are super cool too. An awesome little trinket. One of the first things that you should really do on your bike, because that right there allows you to remove this right here. It's actually a little spacer piece that's built in, and that's what we're replacing. And we're gonna do black on here because we're doing a custom Lamborghini inspired paint scheme on this bad boy, so we're gonna do as many black accents as possible. So that's the NRC, super easy. Right here are the CRG bar end mirrors. These are phenomenal mirrors. These were like pretty much our favorite mirrors for a very long time until the Rizoma Stealth came out. Yeah, but if you're gonna do bar end mirror, these are the ones, right?
Yeah, for sure. The only downside of these versus the Rizoma stuff makes the bike a little wider. So
yes, splitting.
Yeah, lane splitting, but on the other hand, they give you much better visibility.
They do.
The stock mirrors suck for me because I just see my shoulders.
And they vibrate, so you really can't see
but
anything.
Even on like an R1M or something, I can't see anything out of these mirrors.
Out of the stock mirrors?
Yeah, out of the stock mirrors, it's always in my way.
They don't stick out far enough, I think, is what the problem is.
Just, I think it's probably because we're pretty much the same height. It's just that we just end up seeing, especially when you wear the jacket and stuff over.
And the shoulder pads.
Yeah, so it gets bigger.
Yeah.
But I don't know if like the Street Fighter has it. I prefer.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
So there's the setup right there, the bar end mirrors. He's running different adapters on his, which is something that they made to help with vibrations. I've never had an issue even installing these black plastic adapters. I think that maybe on a Street Fighter it might be a little different.
Yeah, I think just the front end setup is a little different on it. I was really surprised. I've only had that experience on BMWs. Yeah. But on the Ducati, I was like, and that's when we decided to get it made.
Gotcha.
Kind of looks cool too.
Yeah, it does look cool. It's something trick, right?
So these are the mirrors, guys.
That's the mirror.
And the cool thing is that they're symmetrical, right? So there's no right and left side. So you can use them on either side. Yeah, that's so cool. If you're running one, if you feel like running it on the other side, or
you can just swap it over.
Or you want to test it out to see which one works the best.
Look at that. Super
made in
cool.
the US, made in California actually.
There you go. So that's, it says right there.
Yeah, but that's the whole thing, right? So for those people who don't know, we try to curate parts at Moto Million, and we try to stick to as many as American manufacturers as possible. But most of our products come from Europe. We try to stay away from Southeast Asia, products like that, because I'm sure if you want something of that kind, you could go get it elsewhere. But this is my passion, and this is where it all came from, and that's the whole idea behind that. We curate the parts. Whatever I put on any of my bikes that you guys see is what I would sell you guys. If there's anything that comes up, any issues, we actually switch over manufacturers or not sell them at all. We're not just for profit business. You know, we try to make sure that we try to give you back something in terms of that you don't have to do hours of research to find what's good and what's bad. But that's a quick little thing that people who don't know, and why sometimes they ask why we don't carry something. It's because there's something behind it that we don't like or that we don't prefer.
There you go. And so you can get all these products at motomillion.com. Use my code CAMPISI to save yourself some money, and let's get to work. All right, so to remove these, it's 2 Allens. 3mm Allens. And the other thing about these mirrors that is a big issue, which is why I think if you have one of these, you should get rid of them as soon as possible. They don't actually bend or fold at all. So people can be walking and hit these, looking at the bike, and if you hit it in this direction, it's literally gonna snap off. And they're probably, what, $300 to $500, maybe more?
Yeah. And if it doesn't snap, it might push your bike over.
That too, yeah. So they're expensive, they're clunky, they don't really work that well, and they're heavy. Yeah. So it's like, I just think that there's really no need to have them. And I'm not knocking on Ducati. I'd say pretty much no bike manufacturer comes with, especially super bikes, with good stock mirrors, because these are bikes that are built for the track. So a lot of this other stuff is an afterthought. So yeah, no worries there. But we're gonna get these off and then wait until you see how clean this front end's gonna look. All right, just like that. It's coming off. Do you reuse these rubber pieces?
I don't remember. We're gonna try to see.
Yeah, okay.
It's been a while since
I don't remember either.
And like you said, it's the OG setup.
It is the OG setup. This is like what we first did, yeah.
Yeah.
Look at that.
That bike was amazing too. That first Panigale.
The first Panigale, yeah, the V4. You're talking about the carbon V4,
Yeah,
not the 1299.
Yeah.
Because I don't think we might have run these on the 1299. I don't remember. Look at that already. So sick. I mean, I do like the Rizoma mirrors. I think at the end of this, I'm gonna park his SP next to it and we'll compare which setup that you guys like better. All right, so basically you're just gonna feed the new connector through. Yeah, plug.
Plug the plug?
Plug the plug. And that rubber piece, I think, does stay on there to help with vibrations, even though it does have like a little soft part underneath there. So it might be optional, but I think
we could keep it.
Keeping it is I think keeping it is the right move. Look at the difference. That versus that. Oh my God. Okay, so all he's gonna do is plug this in, we'll tighten the bolts down, and we'll do the other side. All right, so we got the first NRC mirror block off turn signal done. Looks beautiful. And then I realized I wanted to weigh everything. So what we're gonna do is weigh one of everything and then just double the weight savings. So he already removed the bar ends, which are super heavy. And then he's gonna remove the reflector area, the little spacer. I don't think that's super heavy, but it will make a difference for sure.
Heavier than a spacer.
Yeah, definitely heavier than a spacer.
Yes.
So that's everything that we're replacing, right?
We should probably add one more caliper spacer because we're going to change up and
yeah, that's true.
upper and lower.
Let's do that. Okay, so that's everything. The mirror, the reflector, the bar end, and the extra caliper spacer. So 1 pound, 5.2 ounces. Now we can take all this off and put on everything that we're going to be replacing it with. All right, and then there's everything that we're replacing it with. Look how much tinier and neater that is. We even have like packaging and stuff in there too, which is 7.7 ounces basically. So we're saving about 1 pound, 10 ounces total, if you double
almost,
it.
Yeah, almost 10.
So almost 2 pounds.
Yeah, almost 2 pounds.
Almost 2 pounds with this right there. Look at that, that's awesome. And we saved 3 with the tail tighty.
Yep.
So that's already 5 pounds of weight savings right there.
That's crazy.
I know. All right, let's keep going. All right, look at that. Nice little black spacers. Eventually we will add the carbon brake cooling ducts, but we'll wait on that for whenever we get the new calipers that are painted orange to match the paint scheme. And then we'll do the T-drive rotors and all the titanium bolts and all that stuff too at that time. So it's gonna be a beautiful setup for sure. But look at that, look how cool that is. And we'll have to just torque these down and that'll be...
It's torque, look.
He's got the Manny hand pounds.
Yeah.
So the torque specs on this one, according to what we have, is 25 Newton meters. So he's gonna tighten that down. But if you guys can double check, if you're doing these mods on your own, you should always double check just to make sure, because on something like a brake caliper, it's very important that you get it right. So that's it, and then we'll do the same thing on the other side. All right, we're gonna do the bar end next. Basically like a little puzzle, because it has these parts in there that as you tighten it, as you turn it, it gets tighter in there, and that's how it'll... So you don't need the big guy on there? Or do you put that on after?
You just put it on after, so that's the one, so these go up like this, spreads it.
Yep.
And then the big ones just sit there and they just tighten up to the bar end.
Okay.
We'll tighten up to the handlebar.
The inside of the handlebar, yeah.
Just like this.
Yeah, okay, sweet. Slide her on in. Where's Teens when you need her?
Allen key.
Allen. I love that they're black too. They look so clean compared to the silver ones.
Don't go too tight.
Yeah,
some people actually,
you can't get it.
No, you crack the clip on.
Oh,
I've
really?
Seen it, yeah.
Whoa.
I've seen it all, man.
Oh my gosh.
You get, people pissed off at you for
for what they did?
Yeah.
There you go. So that's one side pretty much. Well, I guess we'll throw the mirror on first, then I'll show you. All right, we're gonna put the bar and mirror on there. And I was asking Manny which way he likes to put that on there, and he was saying that he likes to do the bolt facing up, just in case it were to ever come loose. It won't fall out the bottom.
Yeah, exactly.
And your mirror doesn't fall off while you're riding.
Technically, there's no right or wrong way, but that's my logic behind it.
I think that makes more sense than doing it any other way, right?
Yeah, and it has like, But also don't forget, so this you could adjust it like this, whatever way you want,
Right.
and this has all this adjustments, whatever you like.
Look at that. It's so cool. All right, so that's one side done. So now you can see the difference. So here's the bar end and mirror setup on this side with the NRC mirror delete. Look at that. And the cool thing about those black CRG mirrors, they almost just disappear. Like you almost can't even see it. So that's versus the stock mirror. And then down here, you got the nice caliper spacers that deleted the reflector, which is an absolute must. If you don't have these for your bike, you need to buy them right now.
And one thing about these mirrors, if you're going to run bar end mirrors, these suit the lines of the bike the best.
Yeah.
The round stuff doesn't really, maybe
Right.
on a monster or something might work out, but on a sport bike, well, at least this with these lines,
Yep.
that's why I think why it disappears on the bike.
Yeah, because they're pointed, right? And the lines of the bike are all pointed. Look at that, it looks beautiful. All right, we're gonna repeat the process on the other side and I'll show you what it looks like. All right, so there's the left-hand side done. It looks absolutely beautiful. I love those black spacers down there. And then we're removing this mirror and then we'll have a nice, beautiful, clean front end. Got the other mirror deleted. He's putting on the bar ends, I should say, right now. But if we pull back, you're gonna already see how this thing looks. Test the turn signals. There's left and there's right. And it's super bright in here and you can still see how bright these are, which is really, really nice. And you can see, guys, with just a couple of mods, look at the lines of this bike already. Now there's nothing hanging off of it. Looks absolutely incredible, fully street legal and good to go. So we'll put this other mirror on and then I'll give you guys a final look. So we brought the SP over so you can see the difference. So this is one style to clean up everything that we just did. This one has the Rizoma stealth mirrors. And then because these don't have turn signals built in, you can do the Rizoma mirror or the Rizoma turn signals, which are super bright. I'm gonna turn them on here in a second. That's how that looks. And then he did the red spacers because he's got the black painted Stylema calipers. So let me know which one you guys like. Do you like this better right here with the Rizoma stealth mirrors and the Rizoma turn signals, or do you like the NRC delete with the CRG mirrors? I think this probably looks a little cleaner. Obviously it's a little bit wider, but even though it is a little wider, I think those mirrors are easier to use than the Rizoma mirrors. So here's the turn signals on this one, left and right, which, damn, those are bright as hell for being so small.
They're very directional too, like if you really look at it.
And then here's the other setup for these. Look at that. So I think I probably personally prefer this look, but that's because I'd run no mirrors anyway, so I'm just gonna, I would take those off anyway, and then it's like the best of all worlds. But if you have to have functional mirrors, then, and you ride a lot and you're in traffic or with group riders and stuff like that, being able to flip those up and just have dope mirrors right there might be a better option. And again, you can get all of these parts from Manny at motomillion.com, and then use my code Campisi to save yourself some money. Even difference in gas caps here. This is their non-carbon quick release from TWM, and then we have our carbon quick release from TWM, which they both look great. We've used both on a bunch of different projects. And there's a little sneak peek of the BST Rapid Tech carbon wheels and the full Acra undertail exhaust. So two beautiful, absolutely stunning 2023 Ducatis. And that's gonna wrap up this episode of cleaning up the front end. So let us know your favorite front end. Let me know what you think of these mods. Give Manny a huge thanks in the comment section below. And if you wanna be entered to win this motorcycle, patreon.com/Campisi Customs. It's always the first link in the description below. If you enjoyed the video, give it a big old juicy thumbs up, subscribe for more, and we'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.